Look at the size of that. Do you ever get stopped? What's it throwing out? What's the power? 2000 watt? Quick enough? I've got a fork similar to that on my e-bike.
Let's see how fast it is.
Oh, go on. What's your top speed on it then?
Just with one wheel. Just one wheel. Look at the speed. Look at that. This is just one wheel.
It's just dual motor. Oh, it's obviously dual motor.
Nearly 100 miles.
Jesus. I'll be able to get a free drink here. Can I get a free drink? Yeah. I'll go with my other free drink from down the road. Thank you, ladies. So it's definitely quieter this week. I mean, I'd say like there was just a third of the amount of what there was last week. So whether somebody's been down here filming, or that could be me, or whether the police have turned up and actually done something about it, I don't know. But it's a start. Sat here drinking my free beverage that I've got in the centre of town. One of two free beverages. And it's quite nice. So there's that sign about dismounting.
You're a true local.
So I come back down last week and not a lot was going on. It was really quiet, as you saw. So I've come back down again this week. And it's a Friday, so it's coming up to 25 to 1. And we're going to see what the activity's like at lunchtime. Usual suspects. Just for context, this is the Queen's Hotel in Leeds, and behind that is the train station. This is where I've been hanging out because there's a cycle lane that goes through the centre of Leeds. So yeah, look, no pedalling, and he's definitely doing over 15.5 miles an hour.
Oh. I'm going to stay next.
Here at the moment.
We haven't reached it straight away when we came out. Probably have to wait for the train now. Right.
Not even on the cycle path, look. So I just want to mention again that it's not these guys' faults, really. It's not the fault of these riders, because they're in the same boat as anybody like me and you. If you could earn double the money by having a faster e-bike, what would you do? And that's the thing. You can't really blame them, but what you can blame are the apps like Deliveroo, Uber Eats, Eat Me or whatever it is. You blame them because that's the platform that's sending them the work. I still can't blame these poor guys doing it. I do blame the guys that are riding illegal e-bikes on here illegally. Well, again, that's down to the apps, isn't it? It's not down to them. What would you do if you were in a foreign country and you wanted to earn some money? Exactly. No pedalling, even uphill. And some of you argued the toss that they could be using the cruise control, but a lot of them have to stop on the way in here and sort of brake for the public. And as soon as you hit the brakes, well, your cruise control cuts off. It's like R. Kelly on an illegal scooter. Glued together in somebody's bedroom somewhere. So he's brakelet and he's off. You can't really call that the fact that he's using cruise control, can you? Again, look, no pedalling. Uber Eats. That's where we've been over here. We turn around and we come up here. There are police in Leeds. Well, a police van anyway. Sat behind those barriers of peace. And behind it, that curved glass building, that's where I had my first job. I was a trainee chartered surveyor at Weatherall, Hollis and Gale. But yeah, a police van here, but not a lot going on. I mean, let's be honest, facial recognition's going to struggle to pick up that dude's face on it. I think that's why they do it. So now it says we're entering pedestrian zone. So it's a very busy Friday afternoon in Leeds. And normally down here, it's a gaggle of delivery riders, which there's normally more than two, so they must all be busy today. But yeah.
Oh, damn.
Well, if I got a 2,000 watt motor on, shoulder on the back, not the best battery either. But he's dead.
Oh, yeah.
There's another 2,000 watt motor there, look. 750 watt motor. I mean, the bike's totally illegal. So I won't film your face. I don't know why these two are watching this man have a shit, but art. There we go. We're just coming up to the please dismount sign. Anyway, there's a please dismount sign there. And obviously that don't apply to food delivery riders. Is that support officers doing whatever they do? So at both ends of this street, there's a dismount at busy times sign. Now, I consider this busy. You know, there's people walking abreast. There's no real space to get a bike through, is there? Let's take a mooch down here. Let's see if we can make it to the end without seeing a delivery rider coming up through here. No, we failed. I can see one in the distance. Here we go. This guy here, look. This one. Well, no pedalling was done today. Well, obviously, he don't speak English. So here's the thing. The law says ignorance of the law is not an excuse. So I don't know if this is the same lady that's normally in Manchester. But It's very good.
I don't know. I didn't think it was. I just have to was it, Bob? So basically, when I put
Well, at least they stop for the lights. I see a lone police officer walking up here. First one I've seen today. Looks like he's off somewhere. Oh, giving out directions. Well, I've pretty much covered the whole of Leeds today. Well, the whole of Leeds centre. And he's the first one I've seen. But yeah. Do you feel lonely? You're the only one I've seen today. So obviously I think you've got your Subway and your McDonald's over there. And somebody just having a nap. Sugar Rush obviously from his Coke. Obviously off duty. And there's normally loads up here. Come on here, look. It's like the big battery I've got on the back of mine. Jagged of delivery riders here, look. All 750 watt motors, look. One sort of resting over there on the barriers of peace. See, how can he be pedalling and going uphill at 8 or 9 mile an hour without breaking the law? Very relaxed style to riding. So these dismount signs are all over the pedestrian area. And it says fixed penalties apply. But when there's nobody around to enforce the penalties, there's one zooming up there, look, very quickly. When there's nobody around to enforce these fixed penalties, what's the point? Here we go, look. No hit way. Hello? Because I can.
What do you mean you can't?
I'm allowed to film. Film what I want. UK.
You can film me.
I can film you because you're in public. You can film anything in public you want. So we're heading up back into the centre of town again. And another one. Oh, I like that. But again, this is a pedestrian area. None of these should be cycling around here. There we go. No pedalling required. See, there's a guy here pushing his bike through the centre of town, bless him. But, you know what I mean? It's just free for all for anyone else. And then straight into the pedestrian area where it says over there, please dismount. Say they're illegal, that's good going, isn't it? Obviously, he didn't have to dismount, or whatever that is. Oh, police van again.
Definition is, you shouldn't be when you've got.
And no idea where she's going.
All right. Getting over that.
It's an e-ninja. Which brings me back to, do you actually know who's delivering your food to you? Because I couldn't spot him in a lineup unless he was attached to a bike and wearing exactly the same clothes. It's the same here, look. Please don't tell me he's got cruise control on. I ain't got a fucking clue what that thing is. And we won't be pedalling today. At least he was wearing an helmet. There's some police there, look. So I'll do my final bit to camera. Keep saying it, I don't blame these poor sods for doing it. I'd do it if I needed money, but... And all day, all I saw was like one actual police officer and 2 PCSOs. And that was it. All of Leeds. I walked around the centre of Leeds probably 1.5 times. And as I said about those signs, they're there, but there's nobody to enforce it. So what's the point? Is it going to take another accident like what happened before and somebody dies? Because, that's what I think it's going to take. And as I sign off, just before I go, there you go. Till next week.